number 127. Be attended. Let us first understand whatever 19 subheadings we have seen, what content comes under that. So listen carefully, try to understand it with logic so that you remember it also. When we solve the questions, you must be able to identify, like in 11th and 12th we had done, so you identify that salary comes in administrative expense. Then you remember that advertisement would come in selling expense. That way here also, when the items come, you must be able to identify they'll come under which head. So, first is share capital. Authorized share capital we will never be required to write. Issued share capital, subscribed capital will never be required to write. We shall directly be writing subscribed and fully paid up share capital only. So put tick on equity shares and preference shares. They'll come under share capital. Then second, subscribed but not fully paid up share capital. Put tick on calls in arrears and less. Calls in arrears you minus from share capital. Calls in arrears means amount not paid by the shareholders, that you minus from share capital. And put tick on forfeited shares account, last point. So main points, share capital will include equity share capital, preference share capital, calls in arrears we will minus, and forfeited shares account we will add. Is everyone clear with this? Next page, reserves and surplus. Surplus as per statement of profit and loss. We will be making P&L account from tomorrow onwards. So finally, whatever net profit comes, that net profit is surplus as per statement of profit and loss. You can mention in bracket net profit or profit after tax. Okay, this surplus as per statement of profit and loss is the net profit, or you also call it as profit after tax. Less appropriation of profit, general reserve, proposed dividend, etc. you won't have in your questions at this level right now. Security premium, put tick. Remember, it's a reserve. Security premium is a reserve. In premiums you'll get confused, so when I come to the next headings, then I'll come back to this point again. General reserve, put tick on that. Plus appropriation is fine. Capital reserve, debenture redemption reserve, put tick on that. Then dividend equalization fund, reserve fund, workers accident compensation fund, investment fluctuation reserve. Put tick on loss as per statement of profit and loss, and see its amount. Can you see it's written in bracket? So loss is shown in reserves and surplus as a negative figure. See, either you'll have that first thing which was surplus, or you'll have the last thing, that is loss. Either you'll have net profit or you'll have net loss. If it's a net profit, then simply you show it as a positive figure. If it's a net loss, then in reserves and surplus itself you show it as a negative figure. Is everyone clear up till here? Any doubt in this? Long-term borrowings. Debentures will come in long-term borrowings, long-term loans or term loans, bonds and public deposits. So put tick on debentures, bonds, public deposits. Mainly these will come across in practical questions. Debentures, bonds and public deposits issued by the company are long-term borrowings. Other long-term liabilities. Now this one I was talking about. Premium on redemption of debentures. It's a other long-term liability or non-current liability because we have to pay it after 4 or 5 years when we redeem the debentures. Same way, premium on redemption of preference shares. It's a long-term liability. Be careful. Security premium is reserves and surplus, but premium on redemption of debentures and preference shares is long-term liability. What is security premium? Reserves and surplus, but premium on redemption of debentures and preference shares, other long-term liabilities. Any doubt in this? Long-term provisions. Provident fund, put tick. Gratuity fund, tick. Pension fund, tick. Also we have workers profit sharing fund and workers saving account, but mainly you have these 3 things in the practical questions. So provident fund is a long-term provision. When employees retire, then we have to pay them. Gratuity fund and pension fund, all this we have to give to the employees when they retire. So it's a long-term provision. Short-term borrowings, short-term loans aligned less than 12 months. More than 12 months are long-term borrowings, less than 12 months are short-term borrowings. Put tick on bank overdraft, cash credit. Trade payables, put tick on both. There are only two things in that, we discussed them yesterday itself. Creditors and bills payable. Other current liabilities, we have seen this in normal final accounts also. Outstanding expenses, incomes received in advance. Put tick on unclaimed dividend. Unclaimed dividend means company has given the dividend but shareholders have not taken that. They have not claimed it yet. So from company's side the check is given but shareholders have not presented that in the bank. Anytime during the year they can claim it. So current liability. See, debenture and premium on redemption payable during next 12 months. Unlike payable during next 12 months. See, anything payable in next 12 months will come in current liabilities, and if it's payable after 12 months, it will come in long-term liabilities. Like in third point on the previous page, long-term borrowings, do you see debentures? And again in eighth point, other current liabilities, you see debentures. Difference. Suppose today we issue debentures of 5 years. For first 4 years, we will show debentures in long-term borrowings. And fifth year, we will show debenture in other current liabilities. Because in the last year of payment, you have to pay it in 12 months only. So it becomes other current liabilities. And exactly same way with this. Premium on redemption of preference shares and debentures. Fourth point, other long-term liabilities. Premium on redemption of debentures for first, suppose it's 5 years period. For first years, 4 years we will show it in long-term liabilities, and in fifth year we'll show it in other current liabilities. Did everyone understand this? Put tick on calls in advance. What do we do with calls in arrears? Minus in share capital. But calls in advance, current liability, other current liability. Calls in arrears, minus from share capital. But calls in advance, other current liabilities. Okay? Advance received from customers and outstanding interest on debentures. Short-term provisions, put tick on provision for tax. Mainly provision for tax we have to pay in next year only. Tax we have to pay always in the current year's income, you have to pay the tax in the next year. So it's a short-term provision. Proposed dividend. Assets. Fixed assets, tangible. I don't make tick on anything because you already know these things. Land and building, plant and machinery, furniture and fixtures, vehicle, tools and equipment, and leasehold assets. Fixed assets, intangible, goodwill, patents, trademarks, copyrights, we already have been doing it. Put tick on license, software, franchising. These are also intangible assets. Non-current investments. Provident fund investments that we have already been seeing in other final accounts also. Put tick on debenture redemption fund investments. Shares of subsidiary company, shares and debentures of other company, if it is for more than 12 months. If they are for less than 12 months, then they will come in current investments. Fixed deposits with bank if they are for more than 12 months. Government securities if they are for more than 12 months, and units of mutual fund for more than 12 months. Long-term loans and advances. Loan to employee if it is for more than 12 months. Put tick on custom deposit, telephone deposit, electricity deposit. Any kind of deposits you give when you buy a new connection, then the benefit you are going to get over a long period of time. So that is considered as long-term loans and advances. Either that deposit is refundable when you abandon the services, debar the services, or they adjust it with your monthly rentals. So it's a long-term loans and advance. Other non-current assets, debenture discount, put tick. But if it is to be written off after next 12 months, if it is to be written off any amount during the next 12 months, then that will come in other current assets. This is other non-current assets, that is after 12 months. If you have to write off any amount within the next 12 months, then it will come in other current assets. Advertisement campaign expenditure, again to be written off after next 12 months. Research and development expenditure, again to be written off after 12 months. Current investments, shares and debentures, marketable securities, government securities, units of mutual fund, but all for less than 12 months. Inventories, circle the word stock. Any kind of stock will come in inventories. So stock of raw material, stock of semi-finished goods, it's also called work in progress. So stock of finished goods, stock in trade, and loose tools will also come in inventories. Put it on loose tools, put it on spare parts, put it on consumable stores, and goods in transit. Trade receivables, debtors and bills receivables. Cash and cash equivalents, cash on hand and bank balance. Checks and drafts on hand also. Short-term loans and advances, if loans are advanced for less than 12 months, and if any advance is given to our suppliers or creditors for less than 12 months. Other current assets, prepaid expenses, put tick, income due but not received, outstanding income tick. Now see here, advertisement campaign expenditure, if it is to be written off during next 12 months, and same thing you'll find in 14th item also. Same thing do you find in 14th item also or not? But there it's written in bracket after 12 months. Same way debenture discount to be written off during next 12 months. Same thing you find in 14 also, debenture discount. See 14 point also it is there, but in bracket to be written off after 12 months. And research and development expenditure to be written off during next 12 months. Same thing is there in other non-current assets also 14th item, but after 12 months. See, until this chapter is going on, these 20 things go through and come every day. Just read it and come every day. So that it remembers and keeps in your mind that which thing should come under which heading. Okay. Now we take up with that question. Page number 150, question number 6. Following balances are taken from the books of Moon Limited. Prepare balance sheet as at 31/3/17 as per Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013. Now, interest accrued means outstanding income. Raise your hand. Under which heading it will come? Outstanding income. Just now we saw the 20 items. So, other current assets. Mark it as OCA. Plant and machinery, tangible fixed assets. Mark it as TFA. Keep silence. Equity share capital, SC. Bank balance and cash and cash equivalent, CCE. General reserve, reserves and surplus, RS. Closing stock, inventories, any stock in inventories. So write inventories complete. Creditors, trade payables, TP. Debtors, trade receivables, TR. Provision for tax, short-term provision. Provision for tax, that's what I said. After going home, see that 20 items every day. Short-term provisions. 12% bank loan, long-term borrowings, LTB. Non-current investment, directly given. Electricity deposits, I discussed right now, deposits, long-term. Loans and advances, LTLA. Electricity deposit is a long-term loans and advances. Provident fund, long-term provision. It's a provision made for long period of time. You will give it to employees when they retire. Okay? So, what we are supposed to do is, in exams, even if you don't do the markings, it's fine. Because we have to make the whole format. And whichever items are not there, we have to write nil. Every item you will write leaving one line. Always do it that way, because in exams, it will be for 11 marks. So they can include more than one item also for everything. So maximum they'll include 2 items. So for every subheading which we give, sub-items which we write, you leave one line. Okay, make the format. Balance sheet of Moon Limited as at 31/3/17. Exactly 30 more seconds, then I'll start. Be attentive now. First, equity liabilities. Now, equity stands for shareholders funds. Now Funsuk failed, Vanshik passed, he became senior. So SR, S share capital, R. Now after share capital here, this is what I am saying, leave one line. Because equity share, preference shares both may be given in exams. So always every sub item you leave one line. Okay. B, reserves and surplus. Then again leave one line. Now, liabilities are of two types. First, non-current liabilities. What is going on over there? Last second bench, last two benches are talking a lot. Now, non-current liabilities. So, Dhruv said long. L, long-term borrowings. Leave one line. O, other long-term liabilities. One and same. Other non-current liabilities or long-term liabilities, one and the same. Leave one line. Again, L stands for long-term provisions. Able to understand it, everyone? Then again, leave one line. Now, second type of liability, current liabilities. I'm confused between CA and CS. Hit it, toss. S will come first. Short-term borrowings. T, trade payables. Then again leave a line. O, other current liabilities. Then again S, leave a line. Short-term borrowings. Provisions. So total of liabilities is done. Then assets. Now to do the professional courses, money is needed, so fund. First is non-current asset. In that, F and LO. F, fixed assets. Within fixed assets, tangible, leave one line. Intangible, leave one line. B, F and N, non-current investment, leave one line. L, what does L stand for? Long-term loans and advances, leave one line. O, other non-current assets, leave one line. Then current assets. Who is talking in between? Now he did CA, that stands for current assets. Then he became Commissioner of Income Tax. So CIT. C, current investments, leave one line. I, inventories, leave one line. T, trade receivables. Then he did CS. C, cash and cash equivalent, leave one line. S, short-term loans and advances. And put O, other current assets. This is what you have to do in exams. First you write the whole format and then do fill in the blanks. Whichever items are not there, nil. Okay, at the end, whichever items are not there, you have to write each and everything even if it is not there. Who else is writing it? I can see many are copying from the board. You must remember it by now. 2 times if you have written at home. Without seeing, you all must be able to write this format. Interest accrued 30,000 is other current assets. So in bracket of other current assets, interest accrued 30,000. Every amount write in first column of amount. Every amount should be written in first. There are 2 columns of amount. Every amount in first column of amount. Plant and machinery, tangible fixed assets. Plant and machinery 15 lakhs. Equity share capital 15 lakhs. Bank balance and cash and cash equivalents 67,500. General reserves and surplus 30,000. Closing stock inventories 2,70,000. Creditors trade payables 6 lakhs. Debtors trade receivables 3,45,000. Provision for tax, short-term provisions. Shivang and Ramlani, don't talk in between. Provision for tax 90,000. Okay, 12% bank loan, long-term borrowings. 12% bank loan 1,95,000. Non-current investment directly against non-current investment 45,000. Okay, directly against non-current investment. Yes, Asta, what happened? Non-current investment 45,000. Electricity deposit, long-term loans and advances. Electricity deposit 187,500. Provident fund, long-term provisions 30,000. So all items are recorded. Did you understand this, everyone? Who are writing it still? Raise your hand who is still writing it. Every headings total will be done, and whichever item is not there, nil. So 15 lakh 30,000. Other long-term liabilities nil. 2 lakh 25,000. Short-term borrowings nil. Other current liabilities nil. 6 lakh 90,000. 15, 17, 23, 23, 30, 23, 55, 24, 45. 24 lakh 45,000. Able to understand this, everyone? Intangible nil. Other non-current assets nil. 15, 16, 18, 17, 32, 500. Current investments nil. Short-term loans and advances nil. 2, 5, 576, 10, 677 lakh 12,500 and 1732 plus 720, 4 lakh 45,000. See, here also balance sheet should tally. Total of liabilities 24 lakh 45,000. Total of assets 24 lakh. Did everyone understand it? And alone balance sheet can also come for 11. So it's a very scoring chapter. You just need to remember the format and see these 20 things carefully, which items will come under which thing. So all are clear with this question?
Yes.
Anyone having any doubt in it? So now, question 4 we will solve after this. Completed? Who all are still solving it? Raise your hand. Now question 4, I am not discussing because be attentive. Question 4, following balances are taken from the books of SEMA Limited on 31/3/17. Prepare, underline, statement indicating assets. Only asset side of balance sheet is to be made. Only asset side of balance sheet is to be made. Prepare statement indicating assets of balance sheet at 31/3/17 as per Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013. Now, if you see the question, all headings are only given. Sub items are not given. Like which is the first thing? Current investment. Then short-term loans and sub items are not given. So no need of any markings. Directly we have to, and here no need to leave one line because sub items are not there only. So in such question, no need to leave one line in between. Directly write the asset side completely and then do fill in the blanks. Is everyone clear with this? So directly we solve the question, we don't need it. Page 149, question number 4. Only assets side is to be done. Small format, half page will be sufficient because line is also not to be left. And only assets are asked. Yes, what is going on? What nonsense is this? Who is it? Come on the stage after 8:15, I'll give you the mic also. All others will leave, I'll lock the room, you keep on doing that whole time. No one is interested in that. Yes, make the columns fast. 30 more seconds, then I start solving. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give the heading assets. Only asset side is to be done. First, non-current assets, FNLOF, fixed assets, tangible, intangible, and non-current investments. Who is speaking in between? L, long-term loans and advances. Don't talk in between. O, other non-current assets. Second, current assets, that is CA. Now, Commissioner of Income Tax. C, current investment. I, inventories. T, trade receivables. CS, C, cash and cash equivalents. S, short-term loans and advances. Put other current assets. Did you understand this? 1 more minute, then I'll start doing fill in the blanks. Those who are writing it, still do it fast. Raise your hand who is still writing it. Complete it. Anyone else still writing it? So now we have to do fill in the blanks. We are in the current investments. So against current investments, write 12,000. All headings are only there directly. Short-term loans and advances, 16,000. You just have to write the amounts against the respective item. Other current assets, 7,200. Fixed assets, tangible, 5,60,000. Cash and cash equivalents, 14,000. Inventory, 46,000. Trade receivables, 15,800. Other non-current assets, 18,000. Non-current investments, 26,000. Fixed assets, intangible, 1,20,000. Long-term loans and advances, 22,000. So no nils here. All amounts are available. 7 lakh, 46,000, 1,11,000, 8,57,000. And only assets was asked. Everyone is clear with it? Less chances for 11 marks, but anything is possible being the first year of new syllabus. So in case if it comes, it will be a jackpot for you, so small for 11 marks. Question 5, be attentive. Like this was only assets, question 5 only liabilities. But we need to discuss because direct headings are not given. See that? Following balances are taken from the books of Yuva Limited on 31/3/17. Prepare underline statement indicating equity and liabilities of balance sheet as at 31/3/17 as per Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013. Now, Jai, 1,30,000 equity shares of 5 each. Where will we write that? Share capital, mark it as SC. Yashvi, general reserve. Reserves and surplus, RS. Dhruv, provident fund, wrong. Atable, provident fund, wrong. Charuta, long-term provision, mark it as LTP. For our creditors, trade payables, TP. There a public deposit, public deposit. Raise your hand, public deposit. Hit. Long-term borrowings. In long-term borrowings, we have seen debentures, bonds and public deposits. Mark it as LTB. Puja, outstanding rent. Outstanding rent, you have to pay after 12 months. No, you don't have to pay after 12 months. Why long-term liabilities? Other current liabilities, OCL. Then, as the provision for tax, short-term provisions, STP. This side, other long-term liabilities, same. Other long-term liability itself is the heading. And crucial, temporary loan, short-term borrowings. Okay, mark it as STB. Did everyone understand it? Now, write the things leaving one line. Okay, now headings are not there. So liabilities side, but write them leaving one line. So, question number 5, Yuva Limited, balance sheet as at 31/3/17, particulars, note number and amount. 30 more seconds for the format, do it fast. Yes, I am starting it now, be attentive. Only liabilities side is to be done. The whole row of boys will write the format 100 times. If I find any kind of song in between now. The whole row of boys will get it. Keep it in mind. Equity, liabilities. First, equity is shareholders' funds. So, Vanshik passed, he became senior. SRS, share capital. Leave one line. B, reserves and surplus. Again, leave one line. Now, liability. First, non-current liability. Now, loan. So, L. Long-term borrowings, leave one line. O, other long-term borrowings, long-term liabilities, leave one line. Again L, long-term provision. Then third, current liabilities. Now toss, so S will come first. short-term borrowings, then T, trade payables, then again leaving a line. O, other current liabilities, then again S, short-term provision, and then total. Everyone is clear with it? Complete it fast, 30 more seconds, then I'll start doing filling the blanks. Who all are writing it still? Raise your hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Be attentive. 1,30,000 equity shares of rupees 5 each in share capital. Type equity share capital. Everything in first column of amount 6,50,000. Then general reserve and reserves and surplus. General reserve 70,000. Then provident fund in long-term provisions 3,60,000. Then creditors in trade payables 86,000. Then public deposits in long-term borrowings 3,26,000. Then outstanding rent in other current liabilities 13,000. Then provision for tax in short-term provisions 68,000. Other long-term liabilities directly against other long-term liabilities 15,000. Temporary loan, short-term borrowings 12,000. So again, no nils, all items are given. Is everyone clear with this? Who are writing it still? Now this is 7,20,000, 3,41,000, 7,01,000,
1,79,000. 16 lakh.
1,79,000 and 16 lakhs. So it is a very scoring chapter. 11 marks weightage. Just need to remember the formats which I believe you should have already remembered by now. Okay.